probably one of my shorter videos. I wrote about 5 notes on Facebook, about 2,000 words each. They're a little hard to understand because everything is backwards and forwards. You have to go back to see what you read, and when you go forward, you see the answer, and you go back to understand it, you go forward again. Everything will come together because the numbers, once you start to click, once you want, just like I want, then I know. The moon is like a quarter. Okay? The moon is like this. Now, hold on a second. Okay? The moon is like this. Like the cross of Christ. But down here, there's nothing. There's nothing down here. Okay? One corner is left open. There's supposed to be 3 corners full and 1 left open. The 4th one is for the one spirit. God gets 1 corner because he's connected with the diamonds, like you see in these 2 cards. See the face they make? See the face this one makes? The big nose, the squinty eyes. Or she's a dresser, she's a dancer. They're all so coordinately put, the cards and everything else, that you can design anything else from it by just making a bubble. Earth is the element that allowed everybody to stay here, because everybody else was living on the electric planet Earth. When you live on Earth and you have certain elements that we need in these bodies, well, we rust. RU 39, ST 39, rusty. Rusty stub. It's the marker. Earth was an island. They pulled all the islands over to Earth. And they put them all together. And if you take a look on the internet, you'll see that Earth is not round, it's rectangular, and it's tilted like this. So when it turns, it's really weird, and the oceans go up and down, and it keeps tilting like this, and like this, and like this. And then on the other side where China is, it does this and this, because in the center, there's 2 triangles that are empty. But at the bottom of one, it's not empty. And at the bottom of another, it's not, because it only can go so low on one side and so high on the other. Changes with the moon, it changes with the day. So they brought all these islands together. 9 times 8, 72. 64 is 8 by 8. 72 would be with the birth. So you go 8 by 8, so you have one face of 64. Because the birth is above. You have 86, which is the answer. The birth is 72. The 8 heaven and the 9 birth. Because it's God's 8 heaven, it's God's 9 birth. H and I. The chess game is 64, 32 and 32. 32 is 14 days, if I am right, or 15 days from, 14 days, which is 2 weeks in between the next moon. 336 and 28 is 364, so 336 would be the next moon. So they gather up all these islands, they make associations. Earth still stays here. There's only a few people on it. And they all said yes to the treaty, the clause, the contract, to come into a real life instead of living on the islands. So they moved all the Earth. They cut from above where the icicles were, because that's what Earth did. Earth did all the dirty work. The ice, the chipping of the ice to keep the space open for the rest of the islands that were in our system. So Earth got brought together. So we're in a system. The system could be inside Jupiter. The rest of the system of the planets, 3 and 3, would be for the mind. God's mind in one world and God's mind in this world. 3 in creation in that world, 3 in creation of this world, 3 in creation of that world, of the one spirit 4, 3 in creation of this world, the one spirit 4. But that world and this world, our minds connect. So man's 4 goes to 6 because he gets the better part of both worlds. The mind. That's all I have to say. I've been writing for hours and hours. You ask me something, I tell you right now. Everything is true. Everything. Every number is true because the numbers are true because God made it that way. He knew where it was going to go because the man learns by the numbers and the vibrations. He picks up the song from the vibrations. He does things through the vibrations, God, the signals. He looks for the signals. He looks to make trouble, and he looks for what he can get out on the moon. So the evil run on the beta system. So their number would be 5624. They also have another number. And you know what's funny about 5624? I'm born in 5724. 1963. I'm 49 years old. 7 by 7 is 49. You can't stand on center field because it's not yours. That's where the coin toss goes. You all put heads together and you see the coin tossed. That coin is the moon. They put two quarters together and the moon turns around. It turns around. Well, you don't see it. You see it in commercials. You see it all over the place. You see it on boards, but it just doesn't get into us. You see it on the board. It looks so nice. Why didn't God think of it? Well, where do you think he got all the stuff? God's got all the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs aren't here. They were on Earth millions of years ago, but Earth is small. There were little islands, the colony of Earth. The beehives, the aces, the kings. Everybody had a fantasy island. And if you wanted to be the electronic world, you can die as many times as you want. It's like going into Nintendo, intended for life. Your backbone. Your backbone that gathers all the information that goes out right from your ass, right up through your neck, that comes in through your mouth. When you get saliva, your body breathes it. When you fart, your body is moving over space for thought. Okay? It's feeling good. You usually smile after you fart and burp, right? You always make a joke because there's something going on in you, and it's not funny. Hopefully it's good. Otherwise, you better go to the bathroom before it all runs out. Because when you open the gates, God likes to flush you a little bit, makes you sit in the bathroom and it hurts. The earth and the water go together. He separates it to make you feel the way he wants, the way you decided you wanted to feel by the choices you made. Raphael 7286. I am only, just me. I am only, no more. I am only a human being. It seems like my mind is also human because I'm using it to think. But I'm able to pick up the vibrations for the word the same way the cats do it, the same way the dogs and the animals do it, because I brought my mind to peace and love of this world. I need nothing from nobody. I can live on the street and I don't care. I'm already upset with this world and all the war. The only time I cried in the last year was when I saw Ron Paul. I never saw him before. And what he sang and what he said and the way he played with those letters is what I've been doing, and I knew he came to save everybody. I like to call him the mini Christ. 76 years old, the king of spirit of 76, of 2012. 20 and 12 is 32 in Monopoly, okay, or if you want to go into the alphabet and play with the Monopoly board, because Monopoly board, the extra corner, was added on to come into this world. A triangle has only 3 corners. I lost my words. It happens that way. The buzz comes in, I hear it, I put it aside in a folder. Now I need to go back to it and say something. The moon, time, all just a dream. Where we are, if you're not scared of anything because you know there's God, well, death is only just like going to the dentist and sticking the needle in. You take a deep breath. By the time you let it out, you're home. Now you're 21 again. Because it's one dice. And on the dice, you were 6 when it started. Now that you came home, you become all the numbers. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And God becomes 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So he is 7 and you are 6. And that's the way it goes in pool. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 6 balls that are above the 9 birth. You can't be 20 on Copper Mountain. Do you understand the songs? Listen to the songs. They're telling us the message. There's no lies out there. Only we find the lies. Do you see the wolf in the back? He howls at the moon. I look at the pictures, I see what they did. I took from within all the minds of the world, of whatever they did. If you want to know about the Da Vinci Code, the Last Supper, I know a little bit about it, but once I put my eyes to it, anybody can make up a story. I put it to numbers and it becomes the truth of the numbers. Now you have to see the definitions and the words, because hearsay is not good enough. It's like broken telephone, and we're not going to be broken this time, because the telephone is up and it's in the ground, and I don't run by satellite. I'm not a cell phone. I'm an earth phone. I run in the sewers with the rats to get back up to the moon, because the number 2 in this life is the earth. The number 1 is you. That makes 3 creation. You penetrate into the lines of Bell Canada, you go up to their satellites, and then you beam yourself into the moon, the way they'll beam into one of their other satellites. Since I have the number of the moon, I can use the Earth satellites, and they'll go to the moon. It all sounds stupid, and I still don't believe it. But that's what I've been told. Who told me? The man in the moon. Raphael 7286.